I am so into me, but I can learn a thing or two from you. I can weather the storm all by myself, but I'm so glad I got a total crew.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another episode of Thing or Two About Life. Yes, it's the Total Podcast where we try to come in every week and hopefully we can share a thing or two about life with you guys. I am your host and I am joined by my friends, my family, the panelists. Y'all know the same crew that we kick it with every week. Don't forget, if you want to send us any type of messages or show suggestions or topics we should talk about, go to a totalview22@gmail.com. That's a totalview22@gmail.com. Don't forget, website coming soon. I know we keep saying that, don't know when soon is, but soon is soon. So don't forget, also support on the anchor.fm. Click that support link. We will take anything you guys would like to dish out. Join us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We out there in them social media streets, them digital streets. So if you can't find us, then that's a you issue, but we want you to find us. So with that being said, we're going to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves and we're going to get it going. With that being said, how are you doing, Janine?
I'm doing well. How is everybody out there?
All right, all right. And Big Mitch.
Big Mitch in the house. Let's play a game of counting miles. Roof, roof.
Uh, all right. And Miss Marlena, since you got your meow on going on, and tell them what's up.
Hey viewers, what's up? Glad to have you this evening. It's my birthday.
Yes, happy
Celebrate
birthday.
a little bit with me. I plan on being real bad tonight. Meow.
Oh, wow.
Roof, roof, roof.
Yes, birthday shout outs to Miss Marlena. Come on, what's going on with you, Mr. Lee Jack?
What it is, what it do. It'll make it do what it do.
All right, making it do what it do. And Miss Felicia.
Hey, everybody. What's going on? Hope you keep your lane tonight.
All right. And our resident producer, Miss Andrea.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you all enjoy the show.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey.
You know what?
You're dry tonight.
There you go. There you go.
Y'all ain't doing y'all signature.
All right. And Mama D, come on and bring up the real so we can get into this thing.
Oh, Sookie now. Welcome to my parlor. My rugrats are all here tonight, and we're ready to go.
All right. All right. So we're going to do what we normally do. We're going to get into our questions. We're going to have a good time. We're going to be ourselves, and we're just going to let things flow. But before we get into all of that, we got one pressing question. Everybody wants to know, hey, Marlena.
Yes.
What's happening in school?
Woo, so much. I wish I could tell you all of it, but I'm just going to tell you this one. I thought I had me a boyfriend this week. Yes, this old cowboy came jumping around the school. He's been coming around the school for a little bit. But I finally decided to ask somebody about him. And he's single, but kind of not. He's engaged to one of the guys that work at my school. He's engaged to his sister, but she better. But she better watch out.
Engaged to one of the guys at your school. Like
I thought that's what she was saying too. I was gonna say
that is where it sounded like she was going.
No, he's engaged to one of the guys at my school. His sister. He's engaged to his sister, but she better watch out. Cowboy look at good.
Somebody's on the prowl.
And it's a good thing he's not around tonight because he would really be in trouble.
You might be looking for him.
Oh my goodness.
The cat is on the prowl tonight.
You know what? It's your birthday. We gonna let you have that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that one.
Ooh,
Mm,
hello.
mm.
Okay.
Rare
so-
form tonight. Rare form.
Yes, I wanted to say so.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in school. Marlena almost sort of kind of got a man who she say kind of single, but he ain't, but he really is not single. But
But
okay,
he's not married yet.
But technically, if you're not married, you're still single, even if
Still fair game, right? Because anybody
Still fair
has
game.
the right to change their
I
I mean,
mind,
in all
right?
respect,
Mm.
in all respect.
now
Yeah,
if you
because he's
had
not
a
still married,
man, you
he
would
still
not
has
be
the right to
preaching
change
this.
his mind, right? Huh?
Wow.
Wait a minute, what, Mario?
If you had a man and y'all was living together and all this type of stuff, since y'all ain't married, you would not be preaching this.
Well, if he's not married, you have to be on your game because he is still fair game. He's not married to you. So you have to expect the unexpected.
Mm.
Hmm.
All right. Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you, bro. Love you.
We're gonna
Wow.
we're gonna lead out with that. Okay. So with all that being said, let's get into what we do real quick. Andrea, can you throw the name of that website out that's coming really soon?
What did I do? TotalView22.com.
TotalView22.com is the website. So, and a TotalView22 at gmail.com is where y'all can send correspondence to anybody up here on the panel list. You know what I mean? You got some insight and they'll be more than happy to respond back to you guys. So, all right, let's do it. Let's get going. So, I guess we'll start off with you, Mama D. Could you be in a relationship, a committed relationship with a person who is not spiritual?
No. Because we would be unevenly yoked. No.
Okay. And that's just it. No, because y'all would be not on the same.
Because he may not be a Christian. He may be, he may believe in something totally different from me. And I'm not saying he would have to be the same denomination, but no.
Okay. All right. I
He
got
could be a devil worshiper for all I know, or into spiritism and all that other stuff, which is something totally to the left from what I believe in. So I would prefer to have someone of like mind and believes in what I believe in.
All right. Which is par for the course when it comes to things like this. You would definitely especially in times of crisis or something tough, when y'all pray together, the prayers are going up to, the same way. You know what I mean? What about you, Janine?
I would say, yes, he has to believe in God. Because I think if he doesn't believe in that, he has to believe in something different. And I feel the same way Miss Dinetta feels.
Okay. What about you, Big Mitch? I know you got some opinions on this one.
Yeah, I got some opinions on that. Boy, you mess around and get you a booger wolf. Somebody might put some witchcraft on you. Somebody might take your drawers and bury them in the yard. Boy,
Not
you
the booger wolf.
better watch out what you dealing with. If you ain't got no spiritual ties to God and Jesus Christ, I don't want to fool with you.
All right.
It's just that simple.
All right. Miss Marlena, birthday girl, what's your thoughts on this?
My sentiment is the same as everybody else. Don't come in here, booger man.
Okay. I'll drink to that.
I need some type of morals spirituality.
Get some spiritual covering.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Drink the wine.
All right, Lee Jack. Let's get your thoughts on this.
Yes.
Based on the experiences I've had in my life, you gotta be spiritual to be with me, because I done been through so much to the point where they didn't think I was gonna be here the next day, let alone the next minute. So, I was deep in prayer. My family was deep in prayer. People still deep in prayer for me and with me right now. So, it's just spirituality is everything to me. If you ain't spiritual, hey, you don't believe in what I believe in or who I believe in, we can't be on the same page. We can't be together. Sorry.
Okay, it's just that clear, cut, and dry.
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Felicia?
You're on mute.
We're gonna get that right one day.
No spirituality, no go. You gotta have a higher power. It doesn't have to be the same as mine, but you gotta have a higher power.
Okay.
I like to be able to know that you are spiritual in some kind of way. If you're not, I gotta go.
And as long as he's spiritual, you cool. But you can be, let's say, a Christian, and he can be a Muslim, and it's good as long as he's spiritual. Don't matter what he practices.
Well, correct, because I'm Muslim, and everyone doesn't believe in my belief, and I'm fine with that. As long as you have, that's why I use the word higher power, because everyone has a different name for them. So as long as you got a higher power, I'm good. Well, no, let me change that. That Satan, that devil worshiping stuff, no, I don't want that. But if it's on the higher power good note, yeah, I'm with that.
Okay. Andrea, how you feel about this?
Well, if they're out there playing with tarot cards, Ouija boards, all that type of stuff, put money in the little bathroom cup, spraying to the little dude over there in the corner. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
girl.
There's nothing that you can do for me, because see, I serve God and only God.
Okay. Now, for everybody that said this, right now, some religious belief has a central being at the focus of it in some form or another. But when you come down to the details, some religions are drastically different from each other. And as far as how you run your house, how you raise your kids, how you do money, how you treat women. So it's okay to be different religions and still have a viable relationship?
If they are, I'm sorry, you didn't ask.
No, go ahead, Ms. Donna. I'm just trying to.
If they have an understanding about it, then it can work, because I know people who are of different denominations and faiths, and they coexist very well. And there are some people who can't, and I understand that. There are some people who are Christian, but they belong to these sects and stuff, and like I'll use Jim Jones as an example. And then that Reverend Moon, I'll use him as an example. That's totally different from the norm as far as traditional religion is concerned.
Okay.
And the answer to that for me is no.
Okay, so let me ask you, Mitch, same question, but you are what you are currently, and then you fall in love with somebody who's into Scientology. Can it work?
No, it can't work for me.
Okay.
No, because this Scientology mess has gone too far. I tell you what, go outside and beat on your Hyundai and see if it turns into something else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because Scientologists, they believe that you morphed into something else.
That's right.
That you came from something else. No. Go outside and beat on that Hyundai for a while. Or better yet, go outside and keep kicking that dog until he bites you and see what happens. No, I can't. No.
Okay. And that's the point I was trying to get at, that even though somebody could be spiritual, it just depends on where they lie in the realm of religion or what they align themselves with. Because some things are so, like an extreme Muslim and a Christian will have different beliefs when it comes to stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it tends to, when that happens, when they have that extreme difference, the question then goes to, where are you going to denounce your religion and practice mine?
Yep.
Or would you?
Yep.
And unless you strongly based in your faith, some people tend to switch and then realize later on in life that, hey, maybe I shouldn't be in this, or maybe this ain't for me, and then want to get out, and then they have problems trying to get out, or it'd be different. It'd be different circumstances and different religions. They do different stuff. So stay in your, like Felice say, stay in your lane and be with the people that you need to be with.
Okay.
First and foremost, Lee Jack, God comes first.
Right.
Your love life, your significant other does not come before God, and God is a jealous God. So you better think about what you're doing when you're doing it.
Right.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to see that, because you can be spiritual and y'all can have differences that some differences you can't overcome. Y'all can love each other, but if you devout in what you're doing, you can't wrap your mind around your God telling you it's okay to strap a bomb to your chest and go kill a group of people. You're gonna get 22 virgins or whatever it is when you get to heaven. It's just you can't wrap your mind around that, because that's not what your religion says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm Muslim and I can't be with an extreme Muslim.
Okay.
So did you answer the question for yourself?
Like I said, if it's not too radical and too far to the left, I think people can coexist, but it got to be some type of foundation where y'all say, okay, we might differ here, but the things that we align on are more than the things that we don't align on.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have one of them situations where that person's religion is telling you how to run a household one way, and your religion is telling you how to do the household one way, at some point y'all gonna bump heads, especially when it comes to raising kids. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna bump heads, because even when y'all are Christians, depending on how you grew up and how I grew up, we might have a different way of raising kids, and we could be in the same religion. It's just that's how your mom and dad did it. My mom and dad did it a different way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, as long as it's not too far to the left, I think y'all could coexist. But going back to what Lee Jack said, ultimately, you want to align yourself with somebody who's in the same lane as you.
Yeah.
So you won't even have to worry about all of this.
Right. I agree with that, because my brother and his wife, they have two different religions. He's Christian and his wife is Muslim, and they kind of bump heads in some ways. But the wife teaches the children something different, but then they still do different things sometimes. It's just they bump heads a lot. They bump heads.
Okay. Yeah.
Were they of two different faiths when they got together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I don't know, she's kind of iffy on it, because she says she doesn't believe in certain things, but then when that time comes around, she's expecting certain things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, Lord.
That's like that thing. That's like that faith without works thing. People always expect stuff for nothing, something for nothing. Don't want to put in the work to have it, but you expect something.
All right, I got a question, and this is one of them questions where I know most of the time we're completely honest and we speak how we feel, but this is one of the ones I want you to just be extremely honest. And I'm gonna start with you, Marlena, since you're the birthday girl. Being completely honest, if a person were falling in love with you, what advice would you give them about you?
I'm going to try my damn best to have my way.
So that's what you tell me. Hey, look, you can fall in love, but let me tell you what's gonna happen here. She gonna try her best to have a way. All right, Lee Jack, what about you? You know, being honest, what would you tell somebody falling in love with you about you?
Back in the day, I would have told them something crazy, but right now, I probably tell them, look, I'm truly a man of faith, and that's gonna lead my life through everything. If that's what you want to do, you know, if you're cool with that and following me down this path, then hey, we can do this. But if you can't, don't even bother, because I'm putting God first and everything else second.
Okay. All right. Well said. What about you, Big Mitch?
I totally agree with what Lee Jack said. You know, if you can't follow me, you know, it ain't gonna work out. But you gotta understand, you know, I got that side of me, boy, behind them closed doors, boy. Ooh, I make you run from me in that room.
Right.
Cause I be ready to do some things, and you gotta know that before you get with me.
All right, Miss Diana, what would you honestly tell somebody who's falling in love with you?
I would let them know that God is the head of my life, and I'm a very multifaceted woman.
Okay. All right, ain't nothing wrong with that. What about you, Janine? What would you tell them?
Yeah, that's something I have never really thought of. So let me still think on it some more.
Okay, Janine. We'll I'll double back. What about you, Felicia?
Well, I hadn't really thought about it until just now. And what I would say is basically, I believe that the man is supposed to lead. And if you want to lead me, make sure you lead me the right way, because if not, I'm a spontaneous person and I might catch ghosts on you in a minute.
Okay. All right. I mean, hey, we asking you to be honest, and get ghosts is what you may do if they don't do right. All right. What about you, Andrea?
And don't fall in love with me if you truly know that you're not ready. If you know that you're not ready to take your position in my life, don't fall in love with me. No. And that's because I don't have time to play games with anybody. Either you're going to be what you're supposed to be, or you need to move the hell on. Or I can.
All right, I hear you.
I like that. I like what she said.
Okay, so we back at you now, Janine.
I never really, but I like what Andrea said.
Okay, that's what Andrea said. Well, give me some truth about you.
I really don't, because I never really thought about it. I never thought that I would even be in love or anybody be in love with me anymore. I had given that all up. So I never really thought about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. If that was me, if that was me, I would be completely honest and say, hey, look, when I'm into you, but I do have moments where I'll be singularly focused on what I'm doing. And if you're the type of person who feel like you need 24/7 attention all the time, that I ain't the person for you.
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm not that kind of person either. I'm not that needy.
Yeah,
I would have to agree. I'd have to add that one in too. Yep.
Yeah, but when I do have the time, yeah, I got you. You know, we down for whatever. You know, but sometimes, you know, when people fall in love with you, and I'm saying some women, they'll say you don't never spend no time with me, but then if you don't if you're not working and doing things to make sure we have a good life, then they'll say you ain't working, you ain't making no money, you ain't doing this.
Right.
Which is it? I can't spend all the time with you and make the money too.
Damn
Right,
if you
'cause
do,
money
damn if you
don't-
don't.
Yeah,
money
you
really
know what
don't
I'm
Can't
saying?
be in
fall off
two
trees.
places at the same time.
Oh Lord, y'all take that
Oh,
bottle,
Lord.
take that glass from her. She done got to singing now. But you know,
Money
with
don't really
that being
fall from
said,
trees for real.
with that
Somebody
being
got to
said,
get out there and make it.
there are
Yes.
some men that are the same way. You know, they want their woman underneath. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, within reach.
Yeah,
Right.
we know what you mean. Yeah.
And that's not always the case. And I've been in a situation like that where I was dating this guy, and it was at the time I was working 2 jobs. You never stay home to kick it with me. I can't. I'm working 2 jobs.
Yep.
You working part-time.
Yep. And that's what I would say. Just say, hey,
You
B.
at your house, I'm at my house. You want to come over here and kick it with me? Well, I'm making everything comfortable because I'm working 2 jobs. You don't have
Yes.
to come over there because you working a half of a job. I'm working 2 full jobs. You working 1 half job. So I don't have time to be kicking it with you.
Yep.
You step up your level, maybe we'll have some time to do together because I can put one of these jobs aside.
Step
Right.
up your level. I like what you said. Say it
Mhm.
again. Say it
Yep.
again down there. Step up your level. Say it
Yeah,
again.
right. I
Right.
mean, don't
That's right.
expect for me to be able to kick it with you, and I'm tired. I mean, working 2 jobs, that makes you tired. And I was working 2 full-time jobs, try to make my household
Yep.
work.
Yep.
That
And
make him
yeah,
a
it was
sorry
just me,
mother
but
sucker.
there's certain levels that I want to live, and in order to do that, I had to work another job.
Yeah.
So you know that
And
makes him sorry though. That makes him sorry
yes, it
to let you
does.
work
Yes,
2
it does.
jobs. Yes, it does.
And then he had his own place, but he was working a part-time job because he's a veteran, so he was getting assistance from the VA. I'm not a veteran. I'm not getting no assistance. I have to do whatever. So
Yep.
don't tell me, oh, I might have to find you somebody else who want to be with you all the time. Because first of all, I'm not what that kind of woman that needs constant attention. I'm a grown.
Evidently, he should have married you. He should have married you. If he would have married you, then you wouldn't have that problem. Because see, you could piggyback off of him, and you wouldn't have to be at work all the time.
That's true.
And that's what should have been said.
Yep.
Hello.
He was scared to get married. He's still scared to be married.
If he was scared at his age, he needs to get off the pot.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm off the pot because he in Nebraska and I'm in Virginia.
Oh man. So with that being said, we're gonna switch over to this question right here. We'll start with you, Andrea. Once someone has placed you in the friend zone or place,
Ooh.
can you is there a way to get out the friend zone once you've been placed? Or if you place somebody in the friend zone, is there something they can do to get out of it?
If I place somebody in the friend zone, that's exactly what they are. They are a friend, nothing more, nothing less. It had to be something in you that I saw that made me want to place you there in the first place.
Mhm.
And the same and vice versa with me as well. If they placed me there, it had to be something that they saw they didn't like or whatever. And no, you don't get out. Sorry.
Damn. So okay.
What? Damn, what?
No, I'm just saying. So
Damn, what?
so sometimes when people get in the friend zone, there's no double back around and say, you know what, maybe I placed him there too early, or maybe I didn't give him a chance to play all his cards, and now all of a sudden he really is a nice guy.
Well, with me, I can only speak for myself. I don't just immediately place you in the friend zone. I do listen to your multiple conversations before I decide to put you there.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What about you, Lee Jack? Once you've been put in the friend zone, have you ever emerged out of it, or vice versa? Once you put somebody there, is there anything they can do to get out of it?
Wow. I have personally never put anyone in the friend zone. Have I been put in the friend zone? Yeah. Did I try to get out of the friend zone? No, I'm cool with being friends. But if you ever put me in the friend zone and want to change your mind about being out the friend zone, that don't work too well. Because you start getting a little bit more attached than you need to be attached.
Well,
and sometimes some people, they just work out better as friends anyway.
Yeah, they do.
That is true. That is true. What about you, Marlena?
I start out as friends. I think whenever you start out as friends, you figure out at that point where there's a potential to be more. And if it's not, then you place that person in the friend zone. And once they're in the friend zone, that's where they are.
Okay. All right. So in today's time, when we dating and we talk about, hey, well, you want to make sure the person you fall in love with is your friend and stuff. Somebody that you dating, y'all don't automatically start off as friends. It start off as somebody you really trying to get to know and want to be more than friends with. So everything starts off as friends as far as you're concerned, Marlena?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What about you, Mitch? Ever put somebody in the friend zone and can they get out, or have you ever been in the friend zone and gotten out of it?
Everything starts in the friend zone. When I start talking to people, they're my friends. We all start in the friend zone, and yes, I would expect to be in the friend zone, but I've I've worked my way out of the friend zone in a lot of occasions. But most of the time, if a lady puts me in a friend zone, that's probably where I need to be. I probably don't need to be more than friends with her because if that's how she sees me in the beginning, that's how she sees me. And when you already tell me that we ain't gonna be nothing but friends, and that's fine with me, and I'm not gonna try to be nothing more than that.
Yeah. You start out in the friend zones with interest, and then if the interest
Right.
is not there, then you move to just a plain old friend zone. And if somebody put me in that category, that's where I am to stay.
That's right.
Okay. So when we're saying friend zone, we talking about when you dating somebody, right? And you are thinking it's all going good and you dating her, like you said, with interest, with this might go somewhere, and then suddenly out of the blue, you get dropped into the friend zone. Where did she tell you directly, or you hear her refer to you while she talking to
That's my
somebody? Oh,
friend.
that's just a friend. Or she just tell you, oh, it's cool. We could be friends. She just drop it on when the whole time you talking and dating her, you think it's going somewhere.
But then the moment she sees you with somebody else that she thinks is look better than her or is more stature, has more stature than she has, then she gets jealous and then gets mad at you, like you did something wrong.
Yep. Yep. So, all right. So
But
Janine,
Some
what
women,
happened?
some women do that. Some women do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
If you understand where your place is, then
That's true.
there's no reason to do that.
But that's what happens though, and everybody's not the same. Everybody doesn't have the same level of common sense. When you get older, you know your level of common sense. Most of us do. But the younger people don't have the common sense that we have because they hadn't been through the things that we've been through.
yeah.
So that's what I mean when I say that.
And sometimes when people tell you, put their cards on the table and let you, like Steve Harvey be saying sometimes when people tell you who they are, you just should believe them.
Yeah.
When they put their card and say, hey, we just friends, like you said, Mitch, maybe that's why I need to be with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about you, Janine? Friend
I
zone.
I believe you have to start off as friends because in my last relationship, we were friends. We were just friends for like 3 years. I didn't think about anything. I don't think he thought of anything about me, but then it just all changed. So I was like, oh, okay. A lot. I'm gonna just say they had women telling me to tell him things. I did that for years. I would always tell him things, and I said, these women always telling me to tell him something. So I just really took a look, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. And then we started dating from there, and we dated for like 8 years. So I think you have to be friends. And if I put you in the friend zone, that's where you have to stay. If I say, oh, we're just friends, I don't believe in, after you see how that person is, taking them out. No.
I got a question, Mario.
Go ahead.
I just want to ask the ladies: have any of you ladies ever messed with a friend? Have you ever had mind blowing, back breaking, sexually stimulating, you know, relations with a friend?
No.
I haven't.
Yes.
I knew somebody had.
I was for to say, you trying to tell me y'all women has never crossed the line with a quote unquote friend?
I haven't.
This was a friend of 10 years, and we were best of friends. He would talk about the women that he was with. I would talk about the guys I was with. And this particular time, he started having feelings for me, but I didn't know that at the time. And it was nothing for him to come. I was still living at home with my father because my mother had passed. It wasn't anything for him to come and spend the night, but he would stay downstairs and sleep in one of my brother's room, and I slept upstairs. Or if I would go over to his house and spend the night. That was not uncommon, but this one particular night, I guess we had been drinking, and both of us was feeling a little frisky, and it happened. And it was it was mind blowing. And from there, our relationship went from the friend zone to something different. And we got engaged. But then about 6 weeks before we were supposed to get married, he had cold feet. And he left town.
Ooh.
That almost killed me. But as you can see, I survived it. But yeah, I mean, I've done, and then I could kick myself because I kept telling him, I said, okay, this is just one time. And he kept saying, well, I've been thinking about you a lot, and I was thinking that, we would be good together. And we would have been good together if we had stayed together. But I only saw him as a bud, a person I could go to the games with and go have a beer with, and we would go to the batting cage and hit balls and stuff. Because at the time I was
Hit
still
balls.
balls.
Hit balls.
I was still playing softball, and so I needed somebody to help me with my catch. So
Well, he was playing hardball.
Anyway, but yeah, I've been there.
Well, I know for the men, we've had that friend that, have crossed the line that, and a lot of time for us, it always come out the blue because it's that girl that you, like you say, you see as one of the homeboys, y'all drink,
Yeah.
she come through, she hang out whenever we have a little get together, and you ain't never in your life thought about crossing that line because you just never saw her like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then one day, like you say, stuff line up, and then you be like, wait,
What did we just do?
we about to go here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happens. Well, good way to transition all of that back to the original question, though, Miss Diana. That was pretty good. So you've never had that feeling, Andrea, want to cross the line with one of your homeboys?
No, because
That's a lie.
no.
That's a lie.
No, that's
That's a
not
lie.
a damn lie. That's not
That's
a
a
damn
lie.
lie.
That's a lie.
Anyway,
There you
anyway,
go.
anyway, no, that's never been because okay, so I grew up in a neighborhood of nothing but boys. It might have been about 3, 4 girls in the whole neighborhood, and they no.
Sorry.
That's something I wouldn't have never even crossed my mind to do.
Yeah, but sometimes
I
it don't
just
cross your mind, but it might cross their mind, and they kind of like approach you with it.
I did have one person to approach me with that, but no, that was an immediate no.
Okay. What about you, Felicia?
Once in the friend zone, stay in the friend zone. I made the mistake of going there with a friend, and it changed the relationship. I didn't look at him the same. I had to leave him alone. So I will never, ever do that again. Once you're in the friend zone, that's where you stay. I will not cross that line.
Okay. All right. I got you. So the next question is, and I'm gonna start with you, Lee Jack. The question is, what makes co-parenting so hard?
Ooh, what makes co-parenting so hard?
Yep.
When one parent think that they deserve more than what they actually get, or think that they're better than the other parent, and put their needs above what the child is supposed to get or supposed to be getting from the parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they just totally blow it out of proportion. That makes it real hard to co-parent with any two parents, even two people.
Okay.
He set up on that question.
Yeah.
I got some shit to say about this here.
Wow.
What about you, Marlena? What would be something that would make co-parenting hard, or do you have any experience with co-parenting, and what would made it hard for you?
Yes, co-parenting wasn't hard for me. While my husband wasn't a good husband to me, he was a good father, and he was fair about co-parenting, and so was I. I don't have anything bad to say about him as far as co-parenting goes.
Okay. All right. What about you, Miss Andrea?
I couldn't even answer that question for you because of the simple fact I don't co-parent. It is what the fuck I say, and that's it. Bottom line.
Oh, so we should be asking the other person how they feel about co-parenting, not you.
Yeah, you probably should.
Okay.
And I say that because they live with me. I take care of them. I do everything for them. I know. Mm-mm.
She set up for that question too.
Right.
No, I'm still in the same position.
Okay. We go just slowly turn to another person.
Back out of that one.
Yeah, there you go. You know, like Homer in them bushes. We go slowly back.
Don't turn your back on her when you go out the door, okay?
Yeah.
Ain't lying.
What about you, bitch? What could be difficult about co-parenting?
Well, what's difficult about co-parenting is it's always somebody that's in the picture. Like if the children live with you and you're married to somebody else, or the children live with them and she's married or with somebody else, it's always that between them two that's behind the scenes, like they got something to do with it. But I made it my way because I took her to court and took my children. And when I took my children, it wasn't hard at all because it was what I said. And anybody that understands, when you take care of somebody else's child, you still have to, take in consideration of what that other person thinks.
Yeah.
But if they're doing anything for the child, but if they're not doing anything for the child, not supporting, not giving anything, not spending no time, they have nothing to say.
Right.
That's how I feel about it, and I totally agree with what you're saying, Andrea. If a
Yeah.
man has a child with a woman and he's doing nothing, and that woman is with another man who's doing everything, that father has no rights. He has nothing to say because when you had the opportunity, you didn't do what you were supposed to be doing. So you have no right to be pissed off about whatever that man is doing because that man is the one who's taking out the time, put in the work, raised the child, made sure that child had everything, put them on their insurance, gave them everything they needed. You have nothing to say. And shame on you if you come and say something because you're liable to get the hell knocked out of you.
All right now.
Rather than me saying anything. Hey, and I didn't stay up all day to think about that. That's fresh off the dome.
Hey, sometimes off the dome is it's the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you feel it at the moment,
That's how I feel it.
What about you, Miss Donnell?
Well, I didn't have any birth children, but I guess you could say I did co-parent because I was a foster parent. And I had two, I raised four, but I had two that still, their parents still had privileges. And they felt that when they went to visit their parents, the birth parents would be asking, well, does she do this? And what does she do? And what is she doing with the money? And where do y'all live? And they telling everything that goes on in the house. And so when they come back, like if they went to be with them during spring break or Christmas holidays, they come back with their feelings hurt because they didn't have anything. The Easter Bunny didn't send them nothing. The Santa Claus didn't give them nothing, and everybody else got something but them. Well, you got a foster mama. She ain't got no children. She can buy for you. Well, yeah, they had stuff, but they came to visit you because they thought they was gonna get some gifts from you, and then they would send messages when it was. I had one whose mom was like, she eats a lot, so you have to send $50 with her so she can buy her some food to eat. Well, if I got to do that, you gonna stay home. You gonna stay right here with me. Then you can eat all the food that you want. Or because I was getting food stamps because of them, tell her to send you 150. Let her give her 150 $50 in food stamps so that you can eat while you're here for the Christmas vacation. And I told her, I said, first of all, your mother has no business telling you what to tell me what to do with you because you living with me. Because if she was doing what she was supposed to be doing, she wouldn't be living with you. Wouldn't be living with me. I said, so if she has any demand, she needs to talk to me as an adult and woman to woman. So I can imagine co-parenting with people who are birth parents are hard because they hard for foster parents who still had to deal with these children's parents too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't really call it co-parenting, but believe me, it is because they always, you don't have to take that from her. That's not your real mama. But I'm the one taking care of her.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's got to take her to the doctor and got to take her off from work and make sure she takes her medicine and all that kind of stuff. You're not doing nothing but telling people that's my baby.
Yeah. What about you, Janae?
Well, I really didn't have a problem with my co-parenting. Um, my child's dad, he helped a lot. He did what he was supposed to do. We didn't really have a problem. But I look at let's just call it my brother, my son-in-law, and they
You
have
ain't your son-in-law yet. You ain't your
well,
son-in-law
that's why
yet.
I said let's just call it that. We just gonna call it that. And I noticed with his ex-wife, there's like a big problem, and it's only a problem because my daughter and him are together. So she's always saying that, and I know they live with me, But she's always saying he's not doing this, he's not doing that. The how he thinks he's not getting. That's just a total lie. Because I'm like, why she say that? Because this boy, we make sure he take a bath. Now, from my understanding, where he lived before, he didn't have to do a lot of things. His mother doesn't make him do a lot of things. So, but with the co-parenting, I think sometimes it has to do with that other person that the person is with. You know, that wife or that girlfriend in their ear.
Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. All right.
What about you, bro? Well, you ain't getting away from this one.
I think co-parenting is only, bad or difficult when one of the two other parents, or both of them are just dead set on just trying to piss off. Yeah, just trying to piss off the other person. You know what I mean? No matter what you say, do, if they say go, you want to go left, even though left is right for the kid, they want to go right just because to spite you. You know what I'm saying? And in the end, when the kid looking at this, he don't know who to look for guidance. If I say do this, my mama say don't do that. My dad say don't do that. So even if y'all ain't together, y'all gotta have some type of things that I know we ain't together. And I know you may hate me and I may hate you, but we gotta be united right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When it comes to these kids, and some people just don't want to do that. They just, the kids are chess pieces and they just move them around how they see fit.
Mm-hmm. That's what I noticed was going on with this particular family.
Yeah.
I see that.
So it definitely could be difficult because, as a lot of people like to say, sometimes us men, we definitely got to be careful who you have babies by and vice versa. Let me not make it seem like it's one-sided, but you need to really be careful who you have babies by.
True.
Most definitely.
So, okay, Andrea, we're going to start with you on this one right here. What if you was madly in love with your person, your boyfriend, fiance, or whatnot, truly in love, and you found out he didn't love you?
If I found out that I was in love and he truly didn't love me, okay. So that's the way we want to play. That's the way you want to roll. Okay. And then that's when I will begin to
pull back.
Okay. Yep. So with that being said, though, if y'all living together and you love him, when do y'all have that conversation? Like when you saying I love you, at what point do you notice he not saying it back? You know what I mean? At what point do you say, wait a minute, I love him, but I ain't getting no I love you back from him? Me too, babe. Or you know how men are shake it off.
If a person doesn't ever tell you that they love you or they just love you too or just me too and all of that, that's probably 9 times out of 10 that's probably a sign that they don't really love you in the beginning. And why waste your time with it? It's supposed to be I love you, you love me, we're gonna try to do this shit together type thing.
Come on now, Barney. I love you. You love me.
We're a happy family.
But can you turn your love off like that, though? Can you just turn it off?
No, it fades with time. It's
common sense. You turn on and off common sense. Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
All right, well, Mitch, you got the flow. If you found out you were in love with them and it came to a point where you found out they don't love you, what you doing?
I'm bouncing. It ain't gonna be no okay or getting upset. I'm just gonna bounce. I'm gonna get my belongings or I'm gonna pack their box. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, when I say pack your box, that means everything you came with, you leave with. Pack your box and get out and take that freeloader with you. Did you see that wink? Did y'all see that wink?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Y'all better quit playing with me. Pack your box.
What about you, Marlena? Well, found out that, you head over heels in love, unconditional, and then come to find out he don't love you back.
Well,
Come on now, Marlene. Explain
pretty
to
much, men,
him.
excuse me, men don't tend to really say that they love you like women are openly
Not true.
emotional.
Not true. Not true.
Tend to your business. Stay in your lane. I'm speaking.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. It's been crucial.
That's how I feel about it. And that's what I have tend to run into. You have to have conversations. A lot of times when men don't speak love, they show you love. They don't always say that I love you, but you can tell that they do in how they treat you.
You preaching now,
So
girl.
a lot of times that's just what it is. You know, you have to look into who they are showing you that they are over them just saying, I love you. If you don't see what you feel about another person, if you don't see in them what you feel about them, then it's time to have a conversation about where you are in this relationship.
Could you
And
be
if
with
it's
a
not,
man who never shows you, I mean, who never says he loves you, but he shows you love?
I've been with a man who showed me love, but didn't really say I love you.
That'd be weird for me. That would be weird for me. But I'm
I'm
not
not saying
saying
that
that.
I'm not saying that he never said it. I'm just saying he just wasn't like, you know, I love you all the time. You know what I'm saying? But more so just I knew that he loved me in the things that he did.
Okay. And long as you understood, then that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
What about
What's
you, Lee?
love? What's
Yeah.
showing love though? What's showing love? What's telling you that they love you without saying it? What do they have to do to show you that they love you without saying they love you? Is it just paying the bills?
Being
Is it
Good
until you
question, Mitch.
pay it?
Good question.
being
Is it
being,
make?
being, being
Go ahead.
consistent in the relationship,
Mhm.
communicating, showing affection, um, you know, spending time, you know, just being there, you know, just being there and being loving.
Okay.
Oh, okay. What about you, Lee Jack? Found out she don't love you after
And responsible.
you fell head over heels in love with her.
I found out she didn't love me. Wow. That'd be a whole nother situation then. I mean, if you don't love me and I'm head over heels in love with you, then you know what are we really here and what are we really doing? You know, if the love ain't mutual, then hey, go your way and I'll go mine. And you ask the question, can I turn off love like that? Yeah, I can. I have done it before several times. And you know, it's no easy thing, but it's not hard for me to do either.
Okay. All right, Miss J9.
I think I would be able to feel if that person loved me because I showed him so. But if I feel like he didn't love me, it would hurt, but I would just have to let it go. I would just have to let it go. I'm not going to stay in anything if I can't see, you know, that that person is into me as much as I'm into him. So I would let it go.
Wow.
Okay.
What she's saying is she thinks she better let it go. Looks like another love TKO.
TKO.
Mm-hmm. What you saying, baby?
So I got a question. So Janine, if a dude just came and pulled you close and held you face to face and said, "Baby, I love you," and if you didn't say "I love you" back, how you think he feel?
I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but don't mean. I think he would feel bad too. He would feel bad. But trust me, if I'm with a dude, I think he's gonna love me too.
All right now.
And
All right then.
we do have to remember that, just because a person is in love with you, that you might not be at that point.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Everybody doesn't come to that point at the same time.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
but from
right,
my
right.
personal experience, though, once somebody has declared they love for you, most people don't wait around for you to fall in love with them. Because a lot of people, once they fall in love with you, they assume, okay, I told you, so what do you have to say to me?
Nothing.
No. Right.
But I know, I mean, logically.
Thank you.
I'm not. I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't even say it yet. If I didn't feel like maybe, I don't know. I don't think I would say it, even if
You
I
would say
did.
thank you and I love me too.
But most of when we turn the corner and decide we love somebody, and this is the
stupid
night I'm going to
is.
make my declaration. In your heart of heart, you want them to say it back.
Right.
Right.
We generally
I
we
mean,
want
you
them
want
to say
them
it
to
back,
say it back.
but if they're not in the same space that you're in, the same place that you're at, then you have to let that person say "I love you" on their own terms, not on just because you said it.
But you just said
Right.
you would be out.
Because I will be out. I mean, that's after we've been together for a while and I'm deeply in love with you. I'm now finding out that you don't love me. Yeah, of course.
You supposed to give him time on his own terms.
How much time?
Okay.
That's funny. That's really funny because I got a situation would come with that one right there. Mario, have you ever been with a woman and y'all was getting it and you hit that right spot and next thing you know she telling you she love you?
Yes, I've had that experience, Mitch.
Okay. Now, even though she's telling you this, in the back of your mind, you're like, wait a minute, I'm not there yet. I don't know if I feel this way yet, but she's waiting on you to reciprocate the notion that you love her too. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But how long have you guys been, together? Or she's just saying it because you guys are in the heat of the moment?
Right.
And that's just the thing. That's just the thing right there because you don't know really what a person really feels in the moment of ecstasy. You don't know what they really feeling.
Right.
But you come across these situations though where a woman, ooh, you hit that spot, ooh, I love you. And you just looking at them like, wait a minute. Hold on.
She love you in that moment.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's when you're supposed to
not
respond,
really
I love it too.
It's not really
She
that
love
she
what you're
love
doing.
you. She love what you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay, we didn't give Felicia a chance to chime in, y'all. Felicia, chime in.
Been so long, I forgot the
Went
question.
to sleep on
I
us.
know, baby girl.
No, because
I'm
it's been a
sorry.
couple questions that I got skipped over, so I just been minding my own business.
That's right. Keep your lane.
You've been saying it her own lane.
Yep.
No, but
my lane.
we got you this time. If you fell in love with somebody deeply and then you've been with them for a minute and then you find out they don't love you, what's your next move?
I believe in GHOST. I'm a ghost you. I'm gone. No, ain't no need of me staying.
You don't believe in what Andrea just said? You got to give them a chance to find themselves to love you.
You had your chance to find that love. If you don't love me, that's fine. I'm not gonna force it. I'm out.
Right. And then
love me more. I love me more. I'm not
that,
taking that.
When I'm saying that, Mario, I'm saying that as if we have been together over a period of time.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Not that, okay, we together and having sex and all this. No, baby, I love you. And I'm expecting you to say it back. We know all
No,
that shit
that's
don't work
happening.
like that.
No, you don't do that.
And if any person that does that in the beginning of a relationship, that's some fake ass love. To me, it is.
Yeah, I'm a dip on
You just saying that would make me feel like you're just saying it to say it. Don't ever tell. That's one thing I don't do. I don't play with "I love you." I don't play with those words.
I love
I don't
you.
play with
those are some serious words.
I don't play with those words. I tell you that when I know that I'm in love with you. And don't tell me that you love me right off the bat either, because no the hell you don't.
But you've had it happen. You've had that happen though.
Yes, I have had that. I have had that to happen. And I immediately told him, please don't tell me that again until you honestly know that you love me.
The word is don't say things you don't mean. That's the word.
Right.
Don't say things you don't mean.
But you don't have to say it like that.
But some people fall in love on a whim. He could mean it. Some people
do
fall in love
mean
easily.
it. I was just going to say, some people do mean it.
Yeah, that's what I say. Some people fall in love quick.
Just because they're in love with you doesn't mean you have to be in love with them. Just because they said, I love you, doesn't mean you got to say it back. You can respectfully say something. You don't just leave it as just let them say, I love you, and you just look at them. No, you
just say thank you.
Say something.
You just say thank you. Thank you.
And this is what I tell
But you got to say more than thank you. You say thank you, but you got to say more than that, because if you don't say something more than that, that's still basically just looking at them stupid.
No, you say we need to talk about that, and we need to clarify the situation.
This is what I say. I say I love you for you being you. That's what I say.
There you go.
And then there's a difference also when a person tell you I love you as opposed to I'm in love with you. There's a difference.
See, sometimes don't you think that that's big, playing, the semantics game at that point? When somebody say they love you, most of the time it doesn't, you take it for the general meaning that it is, or do they have to specifically break it down and tell you that they're in love with you?
I'm very literal. I take everything that you say to me to heart. So I need you to be very specific as to what you're saying, because I'm going to be very specific with you. I don't want to guess nothing. I don't want to assume nothing. And I don't want you to guess nor assume anything about me either. Okay. Details. That's what communication is all about.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move to the last question of the night. And I'm telling y'all in advance, this is going to be kind of a fucked up question, but we're going to end it with this question.
What's the stuff in my damn glass?
This is going to be a really messed up question.
Let me take a drink.
So Felicia says you didn't get a chance to, miss a question. I'm gonna answer a few questions. I'm gonna start with you, and we're gonna skip past the it making sense. We're just gonna get to the nitty gritty of it. You, your child, your mom hanging off a cliff with both hands. You only get to save one. Who you choose?
I'm saving my child. Because my mama, she's lived a good life. I mean, I love her, but my child got more life to live. And if I could save them both, I will. If I could toss them and I take the place, I will. But if I just gotta choose, I'm gonna choose the younger over the older, because the older has lived life and that younger one needs to live life.
You know what? You just added a nice wrinkle to that. All right, you could say one or the other, or you could say them both and you go. So that's a good wrinkle to that. What about you, Andrea? Saving one or the other, or you saving them both and you go?
I probably would do the same as Felicia. I would most definitely try to save them both and just go ahead and end my life. Why I would choose that way? If I just had to go that way, my mom's gonna always be there to take care of my children. She's gonna be there to take care of them if she was here, if I wasn't here.
Okay.
And then if I just had to let the child go. Let my mom go. It'd be because, like Felicia said, she's already lived her life, and 9 times out of 10, my mama was like, she'll be just like, sugar, just let me go, just let me go. So,
Okay. I mean, that's a very hard thing to do. Really make you think about things. What about you, Mitch?
Boy, look at her.
That's a hard one, right?
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's not hard at all. Nope. It all depends on which child it is. Because, I've had some problems with one child in particular, and it seems to me that here lately, all we've done is argue, fuss, and fight. And if I had to choose between Mitch Jr. and my mother would win. My mother has been gone since I was 22. Mitch Jr. don't deserve another breath on this earth, the way he acts and the way he treats people and the way he thinks life should be. But in the same breath, I'm with them that I would rather go and let all of them live before me, because I feel I'll be okay.
Okay. All right. Can't argue with the logic on that. What about you, Lee Jack?
If I just had to choose, I'd choose my child. But like everybody else said, hey, if I could save both, I would save both. But the child most definitely gonna be saved if it came down to a choice of right hand or left hand.
That's true. I mean, that is so true. What about you, Marlena?
If I had to choose only one, I would definitely choose my child.
Okay. Not save them both and throw yourself off the cliff?
If I could save them both, yes, I would. If I could save me, I would too.
I mean, we all would if that's the case.
I mean, hell, I don't want to go off. I don't want to go off the cliff neither. Shit.
I have to say that this question came along at like kind of like the wrong time for me, because I don't know. See, y'all talked to y'all earlier, some of y'all, and y'all know that I don't get along with my mother, and then y'all know I don't get along with one of my children, but I would still save them both and take myself out.
I mean,
that ain't fair. That ain't fair for y'all to say that, because you was only supposed to say one.
Right? Well, she kind of
wasn't that the question.
Well, we kind of added the wrinkle. We kind of added the wrinkle in now,
Right.
Yeah. So what about you, Miss Donnell?
And y'all letting wrinkles come in the question that wasn't supposed to be a wrinkle.
Happy birthday.
Whatever.
We still on the
life ain't fair though.
We still on the child and parent. Which one let go? I would hope my mother would understand, since she's the elder in the group, and she has lived a fulfilled life, and she would want me to be here to help the next generation along. It would be a difficult decision, though.
Yeah, it would.
It really would. What about you, Janine?
Yes, it would be difficult, but on the question, I would save my child, and in our wrinkle, I would definitely be the one to go save them both.
Okay. This gonna sound really fucked up. I'm saying my mom.
That doesn't sound fucked up, Mario.
Huh?
Because I would say my mother. I would say my mother over Miss Junior any day. I wouldn't even think twice about it.
That's what I said. I say my mama. Like you said, she been gone a long time. Man, that'll be so hard, man. We probably all end up dying, because I probably exceed the time limit. My arm will get too tired, and they both probably drop. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be hard as hell to choose. But if I just had to, that's. Matter of fact, from this point on, I ain't never ending the show with no question like this ever again. So,
right.
It wouldn't even take me a second to think about that. It wouldn't even take a second to think about that.
Well, I always say to keep your lane. You didn't keep your lane. you veered out of your lane to come up with this question. So
hey, I saw it. I saw it out there, and I was like, "That's a fucked up thing to, to make a person have to choose on that."
Right.
that's a Mack truck coming down the highway.
No, not on the questions.
I'm just like, because that's something I wouldn't have put in the first place. I would have just skipped right on over that.
No, you know how they be having them things where the guys be walking around in like a mall or something, asking people crazy ass questions.
Yeah.
And
So
no one of the
maybe
questions.
the last question you should have asked is,
you know
would you
what?
have sex in your mama's house? Or did you have sex in your mama's house when you was young? Maybe a question like that.
Question as it's wasn't hard for me to answer because I look at that when you first said it, I'm like, well, what would my mother have done?
That's true. That's true.
I'm like, what would my mother have done? And I feel like that my mother would have saved me over her mother. I feel like that she would have saved her children over her mother. So
I know my mother would have.
Yeah.
I can't say what my mama would have done.
Me either. I can't.
So
my mother would have saved me.
No, I know my
mom
mom would have saved
my
me.
mom would have saved us over her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't get along with my mother, so I couldn't really say if my mother would save me or not.
Yeah.
But whether she would save me or not, I would save her stank behind.
But you would save your
but just because you don't get
only save one, you would save your children first.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Felice. Just because you don't get along with her and maybe she don't say certain things, when pressure come, that internal love for you will rear his ugly, will rear his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's the only way I gotta see it, then I don't want to see that. I'd rather just save her and save my daughter and let myself go.
Oh wow.
I mean, true. You shouldn't have to be, because every so often, no matter how good you are or anything, you want your parents them to say, I'm proud of you, I love you, every so often. You don't need it every day, but you would like to know that you got your parents are proud of you, because your parent telling you they proud of you. It's something when they say that means more than anything anybody else can say to you when your parents tell you that.
That's true.
Well, I got my daddy, so my daddy tells me. My mama never has, but my daddy has, so I'm okay.
Yep. And by the same token, when my mama used to tell me she disappointed in me, that shit used to cut me like a knife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were worse than whooping me and everything, because she give you this look and you just tell she really disgusted with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would prefer to have gotten the whipping, because that wasn't as long as that look.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was a whooping.
My mama's word for me was, what was your black ass thinking? That was always her word. What was your black ass thinking? Yeah. And I be wanting to say something smart like, my ass wasn't thinking, but I know better.
Right.
But that's what she would say. What was your black ass thinking? And you better not say nothing.
Oh no, you no.
Just sit there and look crazy.
Yep, just sit there. That's all you could do. Because with these kids these days, they be huffing and puffing and sucking their teeth. When we were coming up, you
do it if you want to.
Think about sucking your teeth.
Stomping their feet.
You be sucking that gap between your teeth, because you better knock both of them out the front.
They be stomping their feet and blowing up air. They blow up enough air to build up a hot air balloon.
Yeah. And if you didn't have a gap, you be just got smacked so hard you got one now.
You got one. You sure right.
Yep. And we didn't take our eyes off our parents, because you might get fucked up. When they talk to you, you looking dead at them, because you got to be on guard, because something might come flying at you.
Hello.
You ain't lying. Not just a fist, a backhand, a shoe, a pot, skillet.
My grandma was a shoe, them clogs.
Wooden spoon.
A left, a right. Yeah, a wooden spoon, a ruler.
Yeah, you did not take your eyes off
my mama,
of
the cast iron skillet. Don't forget the cast iron skillet. Some of us got that.
That's what I said. A skillet. That's what I said.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. And these kids, you talk to them, they don't even look at you.
Don't. Got an ashtray thrown at her. My mom had some metal. They were like the things that go on cards, like the spades and hearts. They were some ashtrays shaped like that. And my mom threw it and just think they were metal. So my sister got this cut on her head from back then when my mom threw the ashtray at her.
Damn.
Mama was only gonna do so much swinging on you. My mama would pick up her sawed-off shotgun.
Okay.
And let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it up.
Wow.
I brought you in this world.
I'll take you
I'm
out.
gonna take you out.
What's those things that the Australians used to throw and it comes back to
Boomerang.
you? I swore my mama's bedroom slippers had boomerangs to them because she would take it off her foot, hit you with it, and when you turn around and look, she put the shoe back on her foot.
Come on now,
That
Eddie
was my
Murphy. Come on
grandma.
now, Eddie Murphy.
That was my grandma with the
Oh,
clog shoes.
God.
Them old wooden clog shoes. That was my grandma. You could be hiding in the corner, and I guarantee you that shoe's still gonna get you. And you look around and it's gone, and she got it in her hand.
Like
Yeah,
she
my
had a rope or
uncle,
something
he used to
tied
have
to it.
a ass whipping belt. He ain't wear it or nothing. He ain't have no buckle on there. It was just like a leather strap. You know what I mean?
Go get the belt.
Go get the belt. It wasn't no, they ain't wear it in there. It was just an ass whipping belt.
It had ass whooping wrote on it too.
The belt with the studs.
It might as well, because that's all it was used for.
That's all it was used for. You know, no buckle.
The belt
What
that had
type
the
of
big
belt
buckle.
is this?
The big
And
buckle for
believe
them to
me,
get a
whoever
good
wasn't getting a whipping, they was quick to go get the belt because they were so glad it wasn't for them.
Yep.
Yep.
Somebody go get me the belt. Oh shoot.
And it was never no confusion about what belt they meant.
Right. No, not at all.
I'm just blessed. I never got a whooping with extension cord or anything like that. I never got anything like that. Just blessed to hear. But boy, switches and fists and fly swatters and boy, race car tracks, them little plastic Hot Wheels race. That's the worst whooping your ass to ever get. That Hot Wheel race track.
Yes, with my
I whipped somebody with a race car.
Them Hot Wheel tracks
hurt. I was a little tomboy.
Boy, that shit whistle when it hit you. It whistle.
I had the race car tracks. I had the orange race car tracks, and yes, my mama would take them apart and whoop my ass with it. With
that shit whistle when it's about to hit you. It'll whistle at your ass.
Yes, I remember.
It don't
I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Some of y'all got child abuse.
Yes.
We know
it. Better know it.
It wasn't called that back then, Mario.
One damn thing about it, you better not call 911 or social
You better have
911 call.
I want to say there was nobody to call back then.
I got the cast iron skillet. I got the cast iron skillet because my mama had told me, she accused me of something that I didn't do. And I was getting smart. She told me, take your ass to your room. I said, I will not. She got up off that couch, came into the kitchen, grabbed that cast iron skillet and played baseball with my back. Like a dumbass, I did this. That didn't hurt. I took my behind in my room. I closed my door. I turned on my stereo, blasted my music, and I cried like a little bitch because she fucked me up. I just didn't let her see that though.
No, they get mad when you don't cry because I've done that myself.
Right.
But that was the last time she ever picked up anything to hit me. That was the very last time she ever picked up anything to hit me. Because I listened to my daddy. My daddy told me stop letting her see you in pain. So I went. That didn't hurt. It did. But I wasn't letting her know that.
See, Felicia, you gotta learn when to goddamn be quiet.
Thank you.
I know, right?
But no, see, my sisters was always stealing. So I was a tomboy. My sisters was stealing my mother's expensive perfume and would leave the boxes, the empty boxes in my room, maybe in my window, behind the curtain, or up under my bed. And I would be gone. And I'd come back and I'm being accused of something that I didn't do. So I would get smart. Yeah, I'm going to get smart because you're not going to keep accusing me of something that I didn't do. And I was going to get fucked up for something that I didn't do because I was always getting fucked up for something that I didn't do. Fuck me up for what I did do and I'd be all right. But no, you fucking me up for something I didn't do. So I was defending myself and yeah, I got smart.
Okay.
Got strong back for it though.
I was saying, on that note right there, Felicia going to start us getting up out of here because she ain't say I got whooping. She said I got fucked up.
Yep, I got fucked up because see, back then I didn't know how to keep my lane. So that's why I let everybody know now, you know, keep your lane, keep your motherfucking lane. I hope y'all had a good time. You keep your motherfucking lane. I didn't know keep, but I know how to keep my lane as an adult.
Wow.
All right, Lee Jack.
Hey, hope everybody enjoyed the show. When it comes to love, hey, make it do what it do.
Make it do what it do when it comes to that love. Big Mitch.
What up? What up? What up? I'm glad that everybody that was here was able to be here. And I hope that we can get together soon and do this again. And I just want to say peace out to everybody. And like Lee Jack say, make it do what it do. But boy, look at here.
Boy, look at here. Miss J9, what you got for us, baby?
I just want to say thanks for I just want to say thanks for joining in. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
To all my feline furry friends, the birthday girl, what you got for us?
Meow, meow. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for coming in and celebrating my birthday with me tonight. We enjoyed having you guys. Have a good evening. I'm good and tipsy.
Happy
Love you guys.
She's been drinking ever since. Look, she been drinking ever since we've been on the show.
Sure have.
Well, she the
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Marlena.
She the birthday girl, so we ain't gonna even be mad at her.
Marlena, here's the birthday drink for you. Look. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Birthday. I'm gonna have a drink with you.
All right.
Me too. Me too.
Now Mitch got that high octane for everybody.
You ain't lying. I didn't drink half the bottle. Boy, look at here.
All right, Miss Andrea, what you got for us, baby?
I hope that everyone enjoyed the show tonight. Hope you'll come back and hang out with us again. As Mario said earlier, the website will be coming up soon, and it is totalview22.com.
Damn, Andrea, open your eyes. Man, you said half of that with your eyes closed, all in one breath, like you didn't have to breathe.
How long?
My damn eyes is open. Ooh, see, Harry, let's wrap this shit up before I be the custom out over this here.
Great.
Wow.
Okay.
I ain't messed with her all day, y'all. I had to get her one time.
Mama D.
No,
Mama D.
they can't get along. Never.
Thank you for
He
coming.
works my damn nerves.
As you can tell, I lose control sometimes, but that's all right. They still good people. And
It didn't go left today, though.
It did not. I'm really surprised, but it didn't.
Not that bad.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
That's because we went left before we started recording.
Yes. And Andrea is right. Sometimes we just gotta start hitting record before we actually record.
And speaking of the person who has the control of the record button.
Yes, but sometimes we be saying stuff that ain't meant for everybody else though.
Ain't that some exit protocol for that? Don't we have some editing protocol?
Right. Don't you know how to edit?
Get rid of that.
Those are things about life. Those are things about life that they may need to hear too.
You know what?
Right.
But actually, that time it was about Mario, so he didn't want nobody to know that.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick before we get out of here, she was saying that it's cool to just plunge a thumb in my asshole.
Come on now, that's not cool, dog. That's not cool.
No, it ain't cool.
That's not true. That is not what we said.
But we were saying. No, we were stating that if you want to play with all of our hoes, then we get to play with all of yours too. Like whatever you do to us, we could do to you too. I mean, it's all fair game in the bedroom. It's just us. It ain't got to be told amongst other folks. That's what's going on between us. So if I can stick my thumb right,
you just told all the folks.
My thumb right there, you go.
Yeah. Oh wow.
You just can't be quiet.
And my argument was that when y'all get mad at that, the first thing you gonna say, yeah, you weren't saying that when you were letting me plunge my thumb in your ass.
Okay, let's round it up. Let's go.
And you screaming and hollering.
And we also told you that the only people that say stuff like that when they're having an argument are those immature people who you shouldn't even be fucking with in the first place.
That is true.
Immaturity comes when somebody gets pissed off anyway. That's when you find out how immature somebody really is, when they get pissed off. They don't give a fuck about immaturity then.
Yep. when they trying to burn people with that fish grease, they don't give a fuck who they throw it on.
They don't give a damn. Fish grease,
And when they
grease,
decide to burn you
hot dog
with
water.
your sexuality, when they decide to burn you with your sexuality and what you did with them sexually, then that's a burn that you ain't got to come back from. Deuces, bitch. I'm done with you.
Ooh.
Oops, did I say that? My bad.
Okay, it's
You
going
just
to the
some
left.
hot dog water for real.
It's
Hot
going
dog
to the
water
left.
for real. I mean, that had grease all over the top of it. That hot dog water.
Isn't it though?
Hey man, now y'all see, yeah, that's
I
what
didn't
we
say
talked
those
about
words.
before we started recording. See, there you go. Hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for hanging out. Another episode in the books with my peeps, my fam, and I just want to say thank y'all. And we're gonna get up with y'all next week. Hopefully it'll be less booty hole-ish, but we
Oh Lord.
who knows? Who knows? All right, y'all.
Some booty over here, some booty over there, and booty over here, and the booty over there.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Some got more than others.